Today, Fun with Flowers and Jay is brought to you by Continental Floral Greens.
Welcome to the world of flowers. I'm Jay Schwanke. I've spent my entire life surrounded by flowers. As a fourth-generation florist, flowers have been a part of my daily life for as long as I can remember. Now I'm on a mission to share my knowledge and love of flowers with everyone I meet. Growing, picking, arranging, designing, and sharing. It's all fascinating to me because I love flowers. Anything flowers and everything flowers. Welcome to Fun with Flowers and Jay. This week on Fun with Flowers and Jay, we're working with palm leaves and we'll weave them into a nautilus shell. So for this project, we'll be using TeePee foliage. Many people call it teepee, but the correct pronunciation is teepee. It's grown by a company called Continental Floral Greens, and it's a palm frond. You might be used to seeing this on Palm Sunday, things like that. But today, we're going to create this fun nautilus shell by weaving the TeePee foliage to create an element that we can use in our flower arrangement. It's best when you do this to sit down. I place the palm frond between my knees. That way I can hold it with the backside facing me. I start at the top and grab 3 of the fronds, weaving them into a French braid. It's the same way that you would French braid hair, bringing in an additional frond each time, working your way all the way down the stem. When you get to this point, then we pull that back into the stem itself. We'll attach it with a piece of decorative wire. I like to use decorative wire because then when it dries, you'll still be able to see that wire and it becomes a decorative element. So I chose lime green, goes with our container today. I've created several of them today. You'll notice that each one has a different shape based on the palm frond itself. And they'll all look great inside the arrangement. Another fun thing that we can do with the TeePee foliage is manipulate it using a scissors. Many times you might see it in an arrangement where people have cut it off so that it forms a perfect pyramid. That's something that we used to do in my family's flower shop all the time for arrangements. But we can take it and make it even more interesting by cutting it at an angle. We've created 2 triangles and left a little bit at the top. It almost looks like a little pineapple. It's a fun way for us to manipulate the foliage. So we'll use those inside our arrangement to create interest in it. I'm going to use all green flowers today, and we'll use some other flowers that can actually dry. The great part about the nautilus shell shapes is these will dry just like this. We could paint them later on, use them in a permanent arrangement. We've got lots of fun things that can happen with these woven palm fronds. We'll start with Bells of Ireland. We're creating an arrangement that has a very strong line. Our trimmed pieces of TeePee will look great as accents coming out from the Bells of Ireland. We use green Banksia protea. These are actually grown in Fallbrook, California from a great man called Mel Resendez. They're green, but yet they'll dry, and they provide wonderful texture. Ornamental kale has become a popular item for floral arrangements. In this case, I can reflex the kale itself so that it almost looks like a green rose. The great part about the kale is it fills in a large quantity of space in the arrangement. We're adding some aspidistra leaves, and in some cases folding them over and poking the stem through so that we can fill in and cover our foam using the aspidistra leaf. I also love adding these great protea leaves because they look so great with their jagged edges. I love having all these textures together. And best of all, the nautilus shape that we created becomes a great addition to the entire arrangement. It's a fun way to use all greens and foliages together. Until next time, keep having fun with flowers.